that was flowing. What's your all's favorite drink? No, let me tell you, it's lemonade. So if you got some lemonade right here, all of a sudden I was like, let me tell you. So I got some lemonade here. If I have a cup right here, and the lemonade is flowing here, and the cup's over here, am I going to get it? No. Why? Out of position. The lemonade, you didn't have to make it, it's already there. It's just about being in position to receive what God's. I'm telling you, whatever you believe in God for has already been made available. We have just been out of position to receive it. Amen. So it's about time to be positioned to receive. Let me give you three things. I'm going to tell you right now. We're going to talk about three things about living. Sometimes we are living out of position. Living out of position. Let me give us three things to talk about living out of position. Then I want to talk about giving out of position. Then I want to talk about forgiving out of position. Living out of position, then giving out of position, and then also at this point, in addition to that, forgiving out of position. So living out of position, let me give you three. I want to give us at least three. There are plenty of ways, but at least three things that happen that keep us from receiving what God has promised because we're just out of position. All right, here's the first one, decisions. We are living out of position when we are making decisions apart from God. Amen, somebody. Amen. When decisions are made out of emotion or out of our feelings or out of fear or out of something else other than God, we can move ourselves out of position because of decision. Read this with me, please. Steve Covey, before he, a wonderful man of God, before he went to be with the Lord. Let's read this. I am not a product of my circumstances. I am a product of my decisions. Don't tell me, I don't care where you're going. I don't care what you, at this point, we made some decisions. You made a decision to come here to hear the word of God today. When folk you left at home to make that decision. Yeah, you made a decision. There's a decision that has to be made, and we are not a product of circumstances. This didn't randomly happen. We are where we are spiritually and physically and emotionally, and because of decisions that we made. Now, oh, God, I love this one here. Just read the first part of this one. This is the first sentence. Don't confuse poor decision making with destiny. Oh my gosh, we just talked about this for a moment. Sometimes people say, well, it was just destined for me to end up right here. No, that destiny was determined by decisions. We are where we are because if you had made a different turn on Pinecroft, you'd be right now tomorrow instead of here because of decisions. So what are we saying? Don't put on God. Don't just talk about it's just supposed to happen this way. It's just destiny. It's been preordained. No. We are where we are because of some decisions that we made. Amen. So don't go back and talk about this fate. There's no such thing as fate and luck and coincidence. It is God. It is the Lord leading us. It's for divine providence. And too many times we have gotten where we are not because of the devil. Not because of them, but because of some bad decisions. Oh, help me, Holy Ghost. Some bad decisions we have made. The rest of it says, right, own the mistakes. We can learn from them and grow from them as well. Now this is what I want you to have. If you make a mess, don't obsess. Don't keep on thinking about the thing over and over again. That's what the devil wants you to do, is keep on thinking about it. Something was done 30 years ago. You keep on thinking about it. If the milk has been spilled, don't just look at it, oh my God, just some spilled milk. And 3 days later, oh my God, just stop obsessing about it. Then at this point, do like Uncle Ronnie. Number one, assess. You got to figure out what happened. What happened that I found myself in this position? Then secondly, access. I now have access to some power and some authority. Then I'm going to use the authority and power that God has given me to not go back down that road again. You don't have to be in a position. We ought not be making the same mistakes over and over again, believers. Amen, somebody. We ought not be making the same mistakes. Make some fresh ones. If you know right now they're going this way, and you know you got a drinking problem and there are 5 liquor stores, go another way. The idea at some point, we ought not be making the same mistakes over and over again. If we make a mess, And here's the devil just playing with that now. Oh, you know, you're supposed to be holy. You've been in church and everything, Bible study, and look what you're doing. No. If you make a mess, don't obsess. Don't go. Obsessing means I'm just overly thinking about it. I'm overly consumed with it. It's assess. How if you're in the gutter again from drinking, how did I get in this gutter? And then what happened? I got to assess what happened. Then access. Here's the point. We have access, it says from Romans chapter 5, we have access to all spiritual power that we need by faith. By faith, I can access everything God has. By faith, I can access it. And then once I have accessed it, I'm going to use it and address the problem. What does it say right here? Please write this verse down. You can you can see it. Proverbs 28:13. It says, whoever is concealing a transgression will not prosper. Trying to get away with something, you know what the word says, whatever's done in darkness, it's going to come to the light. So either we can let it come to the light, or the paparazzi can let it come to the light. Somebody take something. It's going to come to the light. This says right here, but he who confesses and forsakes them will find mercy. If you make a mess, here's the point. We can't act in the church like we never made a mess. Many of us just make walking messes. At some point, it's about saying, I'm not going to continue to obsess about the mess. I'm going to go back in here. I'm going to, first of all, assess how I got here. I'm going to access the power God has given me, and I'm going to address it so I don't go back down that road again. If anybody abuses it, can you just give God a hand clap of praise right now in Jesus' name? All right, so first of all, living out of position. So first of all, the living out of position, we talked about, first of all, our decisions. Here's our second one. Debts. Oh, I'll get some more groaning than that, some debts. Now, I'm not, one of the things years ago, and it's a shame that our young folk can't get exposed to some quality. You know, I mean, for all practical purposes, you know, why just get some quality movies. Now, you know, not just she ate an apple and died. That's not good. But the idea, but better than. But no, it's not. At least it's not. You know, at least it's not Fortnite. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there were some things that were there. They were at least wholesome. Now, you know, 7 men living together. I don't know what that's. But the idea was at least there was some level of wholesomeness there. And so it's Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs. And so, you know, the theme song, hi ho, keep on. It's home from work we go. It's from home to work, and they go whistling. So they go, hi ho. Well, that's what they did. And they seem all happy. You know, obviously they work on some odd job, this smiling. And so, but here's where too many believers are. This is where we are. I owe. So off to work I go. So that at some point, we have gotten in some debts that were never God led. We decided. Oh, pray me, baby. We decided that here's the point. We needed transportation to work. Okay? Thursday, you can ride the bus free. In Greensboro, Thursday, all day long. We decided, I'm going to go get a car I can't afford to impress folk I don't like with money I don't have. And go out here and go to every place we can go over here and just hope my credit goes through this time. And just hope over here. And then they come back in and they get you in that little back room for credit. How much do you want to spend a month? I want to spend $175. Let me go see what I can do. They go back in there and paint up the fingernails and come back out. I got you $160 a month. What? We just signed it. For how many months? 217 months. But I didn't go in and sign it. We have gotten into debt that we are not. This is what would happen. I owe, so off to work I go. Can't even have the freedom to enjoy the job because the job has to bring money in to go back and pay some debts that God never told us to get. Proverbs right here, Proverbs 22:7. Read that with me, please. The borrower is servant to the lender. The borrower, that's the recipient, is servant owned by the lender. So the lender can make whatever terms they want because we serve too. That proper one can call your man. I'm a jacurator, and because at this point we already are servant to the lender. Now what happens here? What happens? There's only one debt in the Bible. Biblically, it says that ought to remain outstanding. One debt. It is not beastly, let me tell you right now. There's only one debt that the Bible says that we are supposed to have outstanding. Read this with me, please, from Romans 13:8. Let no debt remain outstanding except the continuing debt to love one another. For he who loves his fellow man has fulfilled the law. It's saying the only thing that ought to be outstanding, the only thing we ought to owe to anybody is to love them. The only thing we ought, so here's the point. So let me say it. So right now, Pastor D has been giving all this advice to folk all over the different colleges around here and different folk. So we about to end up having this Financial Freedom Friday. We get the days worked out and everything, because it is time for us to stop being servant to the lender. Amen. It is time for us to stop being servant to the lender. I said it is time for us to stop being servant to the lender. It is time for us to stop being servant. It is time for us to stop being servant to the lender. And here's the point. If you know we lack financial discipline, get with somebody who can help. I'm telling you right now, I've been walking around with the same $10 just since we got married. Because she said, all the money, take care of it in the house. I can't tell you right now how much is in this account, but I know that the lights stay on. I know we got food on the table, because I know that's her calling. So I'm not going to go mess up stuff just because I'm the man. No. At this point, praise God for the woman that took care of the place. So we don't get put out. Praise God. Whatever it was. And 2 minutes time, I'm the man, so I got to take and the man in darkness because the lights got cut off. Yeah, they got to make sure you're clear about making sure. So it is time for us, and I praise God for it. But please join me in giving Pastor a hand. I praise. She is willing to go back and do that for us, to go back and share it with us. She got folks calling them all over the city saying, can we be your clients to help us with our finances? In our camp, we have financial literacy. In our camp, we have that. And the point here is, if we're going to teach our kids about this and around the community, certainly ought to bring it back home. So we're going to go back and we're going to talk and find out and send out some kind of survey to see where day works. Because we want to be clear that we can, at least we're going to be, let's go back to high hope, instead of I owe. At some point about us saying that we don't want to end up being, let me just give you. And while we are on Deuteronomy 28, we're going to be talking about that from next week, the end of next month. Deuteronomy 28 says that we're supposed to be the lender and not the borrower. As believers, we're supposed to be the lender and not the borrower. Believers, according to Deuteronomy 28, we're supposed to be the lender and not the borrower. And too many of our decisions are based on the fact, I owe. To off to work I go. All right, now let's go back. So down there. So since we already been in your business, we talk about decisions, talk about debts. Well, since we already down this road, we might as well go back to this next one now. Living out this diets. We already here now. Might as well jump on in now. The foot already wet anyway. Diets. Food. Number one cause of death in America: poor diet and inactivity. Somebody say, I wish we could get back to Matthew chapter 8. So the idea of poor diets and inactivity. Now look what happens. The tree cannot produce great fruit if it has a damaged root. You can never have good fruit with a jacked up root. And what happened? What is that? What the root? The root, what? Bad diet options. What else? Lack of adequate exercise. What else? Stress. What else? Smoking. Now, you know there's a whole lot of other things that go down there, but there's no way to have healthy fruit if we are not having a strong root. Now what happened? You cannot out-train a bad diet. We got some folks that come to Zoom in here, and you know, came here, just came in here, just threw down before then. And then, now, it's good to be in Zumba. It's good to be in fitness dancing. But you got to do more than this right here. And talking about you're going to lose some weight. You got to do some. Talking about you got to move. We got one person came here just out here. I'm like, go ahead, you got to do it next time. It has to be more than that. You can't out-train a bad diet.